It's you, the Grey Warden. Andraste's mercy that you got here when you did. I thought for sure these monsters were going to get me.
What happened? Where is everyone?
They all fled to the castle this morning, before the Darkspawn arrived. I thought I could make it to my home and back before they got here, but it took me too long to get down here. What a relief you arrived.
Are there more Darkspawn at the castle?
By now, yes, they'd have reached the castle walls. I'm going to get out of here before any more of those things arrive. Thank you again.
I mean, you seem fine, but okay. Oh my gosh. Get him.
As you will.
My lady, you're here. Thank goodness.
What's happened here?
I don't rightly know. Riordan of the Grey Wardens arrived this morning, just ahead of the Darkspawn. I was told he has urgent news and to send out patrols to watch for your arrival. Then we were attacked.
Riordan, what's he doing here?
I don't rightly know. Things happened so fast, I only know he was scouting in the south before he arrived.
Take me inside, there must be no more delays.
I should take you to the hall right away, my lady. They'll be waiting for you there.
It's a relief to see you unharmed. And you as well, Alistair. Or should I say your majesty?
No, I wouldn't say that. Not yet, anyway.
The Darkspawn that attacked Redcliffe were relatively few in number, I'm afraid. It was assumed the Horde was marching in this direction, but that is not true.
Riordan tells us that the bulk of the Horde is in fact heading towards Denerim. They are perhaps 2 days away from the capital.
What? Are we sure about that? I mean, if that's true...
I ventured close enough to listen in, as it were. I am quite certain.
Well, that's not good. Has word been sent to Denerim?
Word has been sent, but they need more than warning. They need our armies.
There is, I'm afraid, one other piece of news that is of even greater concern. The Archedemon has shown itself. The dragon is at the head of the Horde.
Maker preserve us.
But we can't reach Denerim within 2 days, can we? It's too far.
We must begin a forced march to the capital immediately with what we have. Denerim must be defended at all costs.
Archedemon is what's important.
And only the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archedemon. That is why we must go.
Then we march, and hope the army we've collected here gives us the chance we need. Al-Eamon, how long before the army can set out?
By daybreak.
Then let's get them ready. I won't let all those people die without giving them a chance.
Then we're off to war. Let's do it.
I will give the orders at once, and will notify you the moment we are ready to march.
That would be appreciated.
Then if you and Alistair could meet me before you retire, we have Grey Warden business to discuss.
I will have someone show you to your rooms. I suggest you all get some rest while you can. We will need it.
Well, Denerim's screwed. They done juked us. We have been bamboozled by Darkspawn. We thought they were going to lay siege to Redcliffe, when while they did attack, the bulk of the Horde is now sighted to Denerim, so... we gotta deal with that! But not until daybreak, when the armies are ready to march.
I apologize, but there are urgent matters I must deal with. Please seek me out another time.
Shouldn't Alistair be staying here?
He insists on going. How can I say no? I am uneasy with the danger he puts himself in by accompanying you. I ask myself if he does not conspire to leave the throne to Honora after all. But Alistair knows his duty. He will do what is best. Right now, he believes that is assisting you in contacting your allies.
Are there any other allies we can use?
We have sent messengers to Orlais. With any luck, the Empress will send us help within a week. I think it entirely possible, however, that she has written Ferelden off as a lost cause already, and will seek to defend her empire first. Perhaps the Grey Wardens of Orlais will be able to march and reach us in time. We should not rely on their arrival, even so.
Well, I should get to my room. Rip us.
And now Denerim is under assault by the Darkspawn. The death toll will be staggering. I wish you luck, Grey Warden, for all our sakes.
Good evening, my lady. It is an honor to meet you.
How is everything in the castle?
There was some groaning after the men received word about the coming race to Denerim tomorrow, but nothing serious. I think many are uneasy about facing the Great Horde. We will be outnumbered, it is said, but we have no choice. There are thousands of innocents in Denerim. My own family is there.
We will save them. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. You can't imagine what a relief it is to hear you say that.
How do you feel about the coming battle?
I am not certain. On one hand, I yearn for the capital to be defended. There are so many lives at stake. But it feels as if we are rushing to our doom. Do you truly feel that we have a chance of winning?
Of course we will win.
I hope you are right. I will pray for it.
Good evening, soldier.
Of course, my lady. Good luck to you.
The dwarves!
And what word have we from Orzammar? Has House Claret sent their men, or haven't they?
They're stalling, which is as good as a no. House Claret's feud with House Romald has flared up again since their son died in that Deep Roads business. So naturally they're pleading the need for self-defense.
Fine time to start with that nonsense again. I've half a mind to... Evening to you, Grey Warden. I didn't realize you were still up and about.
Is there a problem with the dwarven forces?
Nothing that can be dealt with now, I'm afraid. Just one of the houses being thicker than the stone that made them.
Once all of this Blight business is done, there will be a reckoning in the Assembly. They're probably half hoping we'll all wind up dead. That way they'll have one of the strongest forces left in Orzammar. Enough to face the Darkspawn all on their own, I suppose? That's exactly the kind of half-arse thinking that got us into the mess after Endrin passed. It was our good fortune that you decided to go to Orzammar when you did, Grey Warden. For all that a surfacer needed our help, I expect we needed yours more.
Shouldn't you all be resting?
Resting? Who can rest after the march we had just getting here? You tall races have it so easy.
That, and we're kept up thinking about the coming battle.
Are things truly that desperate? Do we stand a chance of losing?
We'll find a way to win. We must.
I hope you're right. Under the open sky is a terrible place to consider dying, that's for sure.
Right. Off to camp with both of you, and keep the drunkenness to a minimum. We have a long way to go yet. Pleasant evening to you, Grey Warden, and good fortune on the field of battle.
The final stand draws near. If what Riordan says is true, we will march into Denerim, face the Archedemon.
We'll get rid of those bastards and we'll start a new life.
Ha! Well said. I will be right next to you, and we'll keep each other safe.
There you are. Let's go see what Riordan has to say.
Yeah, time to see what he's got to say. Probably nothing good.
You're both here. Good. You're new to the Grey Wardens, and you may not have been told how an Archdemon is slain. I need to know if that is so.
You mean there's more to it than just, say, chopping off its head?
So it is true. Duncan had not yet told you. I had simply assumed. Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn?
I assume it has something to do with the taintiness?
That is exactly what it involves. The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn, but should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
And what happens to the Grey Warden?
A Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
Meaning the Grey Warden who kills the Archdemon dies?
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the Blight ends. It is the only way.
Wait, is there no other way? Must the Grey Warden die?
As far as we know, the transfer of the Archdemon's essence is automatic. If one of us is not present when the killing blow is made, it is all for nothing. There is no other way. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
I will take that final blow myself.
It warms my heart to see such courage, but do not hurry so to sacrifice your life. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The Blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
I will see you once the army is ready to march, then. I guess this ends soon. One way or another.
That it does, my friend. That it does. There is no other way. I'm sorry.
Do not be alarmed. It is only I.
Morian's everything alright?
I am well. 'Tis you who are in danger. I have a plan, you see. A way out. The loop in your hole. I know what happens when the Archedemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be.
Why didn't you mention this earlier?
It was necessary that I wait and be sure. Now I am. Now we speak in private, where no others can hear. I offer a way out. A way out for all the Grey Wardens, that there need be no sacrifice. A ritual. Performed on the eve of battle, in the dark of night.
So what sort of ritual is this?
It is old magic. From a time before the Circle of Magi was created. Some would call it blood magic, but I think that means little to one like you.
And from where did you get this ritual, Morgan?
From Flemeth, of course. I have known about it for some time.
Nothing comes without a price.
Perhaps, but that price need not be so unbearable, especially if there is much to be gained. All I ask is that you listen to what I have to offer, nothing more.
Very well. What is your plan?
What I propose is this. Convince Alistair to lay with me, here tonight, and from this ritual, a child shall be conceived within me. The child will bear the taint, and when the Archdemon is slain, its essence will seek the child like a beacon. At this early stage, the child can absorb that essence and not perish. The Archdemon is still destroyed with no Grey Warden dying in the process.
So the child becomes a darkspawn?
Not at all. It will become something different. A child born with the soul of an old god. After this is done, you allow me to walk away, and you do not follow. Ever. The child will be mine to raise as I wish.
How do you even know this will work?
This is what my mother intended when she sent me with you. She was the one who first gave me this ritual and told me of what I was meant to do. This does not surprise you, does it? Did you not wonder why Flemeth saved your life? Why she aided you? This is why. What is important is that I am offering this to you now. It will work, and it will save your life.
Wait, I want to know more about this child.
As you wish.
Will the child be evil? What will it become?
Allow me to say that what I seek is the essence of the old god that once was, and not the dark forces that corrupted it. Some things are worth preserving in this world. Make of that what you will.
What do you intend to do with this child?
I do not wish to tell you.
I need to know what you plan, Morgan.
The child will represent freedom. For an ancient power, a chance to be reborn apart from the taint. Is that not reason enough to do it? I will raise the child apart from the rest of society and teach it to respect that from which it came. Beyond that, you need know nothing else.
What if Alistair wants to see the child?
I have no doubt he may, but he will not. It is all I ask for in return.
Enough about the child, then.
Then you have decided?
Why Alistair? Why not Riordan?
Even if I thought Riordan could be convinced, he is unsuitable. I need one who has not been tainted for long. It must be him, and it must be tonight.
You actually think Alistair will agree to this?
If you care for him as you seem to, you will convince him to. Consider what the alternative might be. If Riordan fails, do you think Alistair will hesitate? He will die the hero of Ferelden, Marik's son, and you will be forgotten. I think you have many good reasons to tell him to save his own life. I think you should consider them carefully.
All right, I'll do it.
A wise decision. I shall wait here then while you go and speak with Alistair. I urge you to be convincing.
I see you can't sleep either. I also saw Morrigan outside your room earlier, and the look she gave me. Ooh, that was icy even for her. Is something up?
You can't sleep? Are you alright?
Not really. All these men look at me and I see it in their eyes. I'm their king. Suddenly it feels so real. But now you're changing the subject. This isn't about me. This is about Morrigan. I'm tired, but I'm not stupid. What did she want?
Alistair, we need to talk.
Oh. I guess whatever Morrigan had to say, it's big. This is what I get for becoming king. Everyone always brings you the bad news. So what is it then? Rats running amok? Cheese supplies run low? I can take it.
I love you, you know that, right?
Could you make it sound more ominous? Tell me already.
What if I told you there was a way to avoid any of us dying tomorrow?
You mean with the Archedemon, right? If you mean running away, I can't do that, but you don't mean that, do you? What is this about?
I need you to take part in a magic ritual.
Oh, something Morrigan cooked up, no doubt. What do you need me to do?
You need to sleep with her.
Cute. This is payback, right, for all the jokes? But you're not joking. You're actually serious? Wow. Be killed by the Archdemon or sleep with Morrigan. How does someone make that kind of choice? You're not actually asking me this, are you? What kind of ritual is this, anyway?
I won't lie to you. It will produce a child.
What?
Yeah.
I must be hearing things, but are you telling me to impregnate Morrigan in some kind of magical sex rite? This child, why would Morrigan want such a thing? Does she want an heir to the throne?
No. I think she wants to make some kind of old god.
Oh, well, that's so much better, don't you think? Here I was, worried about creating another bastard heir, and I didn't even consider that it might also be some dragon god, whatever. Look, even if I was willing to entertain this idea, and I'm not saying I am, is this really what you want me to do? Are you sure?
I'm sure this is the right thing to do.
No, I can't. I can't do it. You can't ask me to do this, not like this.
I would do it myself if I could, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, great. Of all the times to regret being a man. Look, just because I have the proper... just because I can... Look, that doesn't make this a good idea.
You really want to risk dying tomorrow?
We don't know what will happen tomorrow. Riordan could end it, or both of us could die before we even get close. But, if it could possibly spare you, or Riordan, then all right. Against my better judgment, I'll agree to this thing. Oh, where is she? Let's go and get this over with before I change my mind.
I'm sorry, Alistair.
'Twould seem your talk is done.
Great. This isn't a dream after all.
What is it to be, then? Has a decision been reached?
Alistair has agreed to your request.
Wait. I want to ask about this child. The one you... want.
Interesting. Honesty wouldn't have been my first choice.
I just want to be sure that you're not going to use this... against Ferelden. That this bastard child of mine isn't going to show up some year.
Of that, you have my word.
Oh, why don't I feel any better about this? All right. Let's just get this over with.
Let us go somewhere more private, Alistair, and believe me when I say you will not hate this quite so much as you believe.
I feel so bad.
We have gathered all the forces we can. The Darkspawn Horde is sure to reach the capital before us. And so we must race to Denerim as quickly as we can. The lives of many thousands hang in the balance. We must not forsake them. You have gathered an army to replace the one lost at Ostagar, Grey Warden. Let us pray that it will be enough.
Before us stands the might of the Darkspawn Horde. Gaze upon them now, but fear them not. This woman beside me is a native of Ferelden, risen to the ranks of the Grey Wardens. She is proof that glory is within reach of us all. She has survived despite the odds, and without her none of us would be here. Today, we save Denerim. Today, we avenge the death of my brother King Kaelan. But most of all, today, we show the Grey Wardens that we remember and honor their sacrifice. For Ferelden! For the Grey Wardens!
Ooh, Denerim not looking good.
You've managed to fight your way to the gates. We're doing better than I hoped.
Better than you hoped?
Surprising, isn't it?
That will change quickly.
Bloody nug runners are outnumbered 3-1.
What are we to do now, Riordan? You have a plan, I assume?
The army will not last long, so we need to move quickly to reach the Archedemon. I suggest taking Alistair and no more than 2 others with you into the city. Anyone you don't bring with you can remain here to prevent more Darkspawn from entering Denerim on our tails.
So how are we gonna fight a flying dragon?
We're going to need to reach a high point in the city. I'm thinking the top of Fort Draken might work.
The top of... You want to draw the dragon's attention?
We have little choice, though I warn you that as soon as we engage the beast, it will call all its generals to help it. I can sense 2 generals in Denerim. You may wish to seek them out before going to Fort Draken.
Agreed. Denerim is a very populated city. We should take them out as soon as possible to prevent more harm to the citizens.
It may also waste resources trying to find them. The decision is up to you.
You know where the generals are?
Neither of them are near Fort Draken currently, but there are too many Darkspawn here to tell you more. There are already several units of our allies within the city by now. They may be able to come to your assistance if you call them, but their strength will be limited. Now, who do you wish to take with you into the city? Fair enough. Anyone else will need to remain here and assist in keeping more Darkspawn from coming in the gates behind us. Who will lead them?
Well, let's send Roland.
My pleasure.
Good. That should be sufficient. Nothing you have done has prepared you for what you face now. May the Maker watch over you.
So this is it, then. All that we've been through has led up to this. Whatever happens now, to either of us, know that I am proud, infinitely proud, to have called you friend. Onward, then, and may the Maker smile fortune upon us.
So, this is it.
Looks like it.
You took in a drunken disgrace of an Orzammar warrior. You gave me a reason to fight, and the will to keep going. You helped me find the one woman in the sodding world who might put up with me. And you helped me get past Bronca so I could have someone new. I owe you a lot, Warden. I consider it a fine honor to die for you and your cause.
Hey man, we'll make it through this.
We might, and we might not. I'm betting on not. Let the stone turn red from the blood of heroes. Today, I will be the warrior you taught me to be.
So the Archdemon is next, is it? Part of me is glad that it has decided to leave me here at the gate, but the other part is apprehensive. I would almost say that I feel concern for something other than myself, even maybe for a soft, squishy companion. But that would be silly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm worried about you too, Shale.
About me? I am not the one going up against a giant dragon with little more than wishful thinking. And, do try not to get swallowed whole. If the beast were to fly about afterwards and poop it out, irony would dictate that it would land on me. I couldn't take it. Well then, I suppose this is it. Have fun storming the castle.
excited barking. Yeah, we in this together, boy.
Are you ready? We have reached the battlefield at last.
Thank you for your help, Sten.
I have done nothing. You have carried us this far. Do not doubt that.
So this is it? This is the end? We've come so far. It's strange knowing that all our fates will be decided in a matter of hours. I wish I could go with you.
It's for the best, Liliana.
I respect your decision to keep me here, even though I would have gladly stood by your side even to the death. You have been a true friend, and I will be extremely cross with you if you don't return. Be careful out there. I will see you soon.
So, we head into the city to face the Archedemon together, do we? Just as it should be. Allow me to say that it has been a pleasure, my friend. Assassinating you was the luckiest thing that could have happened to me.
It's good to have you here, Zevran.
By your side, I would willingly storm the gates of the Dark City itself. Do not doubt it.
After all that, I will not be going with you?
In your delicate condition?
I would still see this to the end, but so be it. Let us part ways now. You go your way, to your destiny, and I go my way, to mine.
Thank you, Morrigan, for everything.
I did not know what it meant to have a friend once, but you I would gladly consider such. Go, slay your archdemon. Live gloriously, my friend.
So, this could be it. Soon this'll be finished. One way or another.
Neither of us are dying, Alistair.
You put more faith in Morrigan than I would in your shoes. Just remember that her ritual doesn't protect us from getting squished by the Archdemon. So let's kick its ass.
Heck yeah.
Here we are. And it might be the last time we see each other. I wish you good luck, Warden. Even though we didn't see eye to eye on many occasions, I'm proud to have served with you. May the Maker watch over us all.
Well, might as well give you this gift now, Alistair, since there might not be another time. Duncan's shield. The insignia of the Grey Wardens is emblazoned on the shield, which once belonged to Duncan. It was found in the Grey Warden cache in Denerim.
This shield. It's Duncan's, isn't it? That's his crest.
I thought maybe you might want it.
Thank you. Truly, I had no idea his shield wasn't with him. This is perfect. I don't know how else to express my gratitude. This means a great deal to me. I can't believe you remembered it at all.
Of course I remembered.
I'll treasure this. Thank you.
And now he's wearing Duncan's shield into the final battle. Let's go!
Kill those godless bastards!
We're counting on you, Warden!
Make her watch over you!
Well, the alienage looks mostly the same. Oh, hey!
It's you! The Maker sure gave you the gift of good timing, didn't he? There's a large group of Darkspawn approaching and the gates won't hold. We need your help.
I'll handle this. Get yourselves to safety.
All right. I only hope there's time to...
They're breaking through!
Run, all of you! Run for your lives!
I'll defend the alienage. Get out of here! Go, go! Come on!
Darkspawn,
Get
destroy
him!
the fiends. Let's make this quick, shall we?
You guys okay?
You saved many lives here today. Thank you. Please, take this. I pray it helps you in your coming battles. We have to go. May the Maker watch over you.
Hold the gates! Hey, my crew's here. What's going on?
Beware! A large group of Darkspawn have broken away from the battle. They're charging this way. They'll be here any minute.
No worries, I got this. Summon my people!
In the memory of King Kalen!
Thank the Maker. You did it. We defeated them.
Yeah.
Shall I send word that the gates are secured?
For the moment, yes.
Right away.
Go, Bjorn, go! Well. Guess it's up to us.
Right.
Oh, it's a lot that dead duck spawn. Sandal? Dude, what did you do?
Enchantment?
You're surrounded by darkspawn corpses. What happened here?
Enchantment!
Thanks, Sandal. Alright, let's kill this dragon! Grey Warden blood magic!
As you wish. Stay still!
What's that? Who got it? Zev got the death blow on the Archedemon. Good job, bro.
Ancestors, grant us victory!
Now if you'll excuse us. Chop off its head.
And then it was over. With the Archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come, but the Blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its new king. The Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Of those who stood against the Darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the final charge against the Archedemon remains with us still. An inspiration to all she saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, may I formally present my betrothed, who will soon be your queen. My friend, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. As a reward, and as an engagement present, I offer you a boon of your choice.
Know what? I have grown from this journey, and I have gotten my revenge. So instead of asking the house to pay more for what they have done, I believe the sacrifices of the wardens should not be forgotten again.
Now that's a very good point. I think we can begin with a monument here in Denerim, dedicated to the Grey Wardens who have fallen. Duncan, Riordan, all of them. And it is high time some scholars were collected to learn more about the Darkspawn. We'll face them again, with the dwarves as well as here. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. So what are your plans? I assume with the wedding you will be remaining in Ferelden.
Yeah, I think you'll need my help.
Well, I didn't want to come right out and say it, but I'm relieved you'll be nearby. There's a group of Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you're ready. So, we made it. I'm impressed, aren't you? I was so scared that I might lose you. But here you are. And here I am. Not bad, right? I guess Morrigan was telling the truth after all. About the ritual. The rest of the Grey Wardens haven't arrived yet from Orlais. But they've already sent questions. What should I tell them?
Dude, I don't even care anymore. You can tell them whatever you want. Whatever you want them to hear.
That a Maleficar saved you and then ran off to have my demon baby? That has a certain ring to it, right? No, I suppose I'll just keep that to myself. I can shrug and look stupid. It's a talent. Speaking of Morrigan, do you know where she went? I'm told she vanished right after the battle. No goodbyes or anything.
Well, she said she didn't want to be followed.
I'm just concerned about what that ritual is going to cost eventually. At any rate, I can't wait to be alone with you. These formal affairs drive me insane.
Better get used to him. You are the king.
Oh, tell me about it. The way I see it, it will be tolerable as long as I have you. I'll let you get to your adoring public. They want to see the hero of Ferelden, and who am I to keep them waiting?
And my brother is actually alive. He's totally fine. Eamon's cool too. You're good. What up, Fergus?
When I heard that my little sister was not only a Grey Warden, but also leading Ferelden into battle, I was surprised, to put it mildly. Father, he would have been so proud of you. I know I am. You've done good.
What happened to you, Fergus? I knew I should have been looking harder for you.
I'm not sure you wouldn't have just been wasting your time, to be honest. I never made it to the Battle at Ostagar. We were still scouting in the wilds when we were attacked by a party of Darkspawn. Most of my men were killed. I woke up 2 weeks later in a chastened hut, wounded and feverish. By the time I was able to sneak out of the wilds, you were already marching to Denerim. I tried to get word to High Ever. You can imagine what happened, I suppose.
Yeah. It's alright. I'll pay for what he did. I killed him myself with our family sword.
Hal was a greedy, traitorous bastard. I just wish I'd been there to help you kill him. At least Amaranthine now belongs to the Grey Wardens. There's some justice in that, I think. I need to go back to High Ever. See if I can clean up the mess Hal made of it. I will see you soon, I hope.
At the wedding, for certain.
My little sister, marrying the king. All I can think is what Mother would have said about that. Take care of yourself, you hear? Or I'll find you and nag you like Mother did until you're ready to tear out your hair.
So it survived after all. My impression that all creatures made of flesh were hopelessly squishy was, premature.
Hey, you're right about most people.
No doubt. It has proven to me, however, that fleshiness does not automatically mean squishiness. It has made me revise my opinion of its kind, my kind. I am, or at least was, a dwarf. A creature of flesh. I have to keep reminding myself that. In fact, I think I may even try to become one again.
Whoa! Come again? What?
Wynne has offered to accompany me to Tevinter to speak with the mages there. The Circle of Minrathus has the largest collection of arcane knowledge in Thedas. If it is possible to reverse this process, then the knowledge to do so will be there, or that is my hope. And if not, then I will keep looking. I have nothing if not time, yes?
I guess so. I suppose that's true, Shale. Good luck to you.
I intend to return eventually, unless I finally decide to destroy all pigeons everywhere. That may take a while, but otherwise I will come back. If it happens to one day see a tiny little dwarf who appears very nervous of being squished, that will be me. Until then, I wish it well. You have been a fine friend.
It is over. I can barely believe it. You stopped the Civil War and then defeated the Blight. On behalf of Ferelden, allow me to say thank you. It truly cannot be said enough.
I'm a Grey Warden. That's what we do.
So I'm learning. It's good that you're staying here in the capital. The hero of Ferelden will have influence, and there is much to be done. Myself, I will be remaining here to help Alistair. Tegan will take over the rule of Redcliffe, at least for the time being. Connor seems well enough, and Isolde refuses to speak of what happened. She says she never wants to go back. I cannot thank you enough for saving them. They are the joy of my existence. But here I am rambling on. I shall let you get back to your celebration, Warden. Enjoy it while you can.
So here we are. The conquering heroine has won the day, and now she takes her bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
You should be taking a bow with me.
And my part was small. I'm happy to watch you receive the accolades. It's quite fun. You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe pilgrims can even begin going there again.
Congratulations! Sounds like you'll have fun.
I expect to leave a month from now with a small army of Templars and priests. It will be a grand adventure of my very own. I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, you should get back to the celebration. We can speak another time.
It's good to see you. I was hoping I would have the chance to say goodbye before I leave. and to thank you for everything.
So what are your plans now?
I'll be leaving tonight. I'll go back to my father's estate. I'll start anew there. Farewell. May the Maker always watch over you.
I will be relieved when all this pomp and ceremony is done. Such events are perfect opportunities for assassins, after all. I can't help but expect the crows to appear at any moment, which would be a welcome break, mind you.
Hey, a bloodbath sounds like a fun idea.
You see? This is why I like you. Always game for a little fun. You know, it does occur to me that staying in one place is only going to invite the crows to find me that much quicker. While fun, that might eventually get complicated. You said earlier that you were planning on remaining here. Is that true?
You aren't thinking of leaving, are you? You can hang out with me for a bit.
That was the idea. See the world, meet some people, rub a few of them blind. Do you have something different in mind?
Wait, you can go, but only if you come back.
This is true. If I happen to return on occasion with a string of crows behind me, be a good friend and kill them for me, yes? Yes, I think that will work, sad as I am to part company. Well then, I suppose I shall be leaving soon. Perhaps Parvolen. The Canari are pleasant folk, I hear. I hope fate decrees we meet again. Bon niviati, as we say back home. Drink well and be merry. Life is good. Does the Ferelden monarchy make much use of assassins? I wonder if this is a good time to ask.
We certainly can, Zev. Taught me everything I know about assassinating.
The hero of Ferelden. My. How does it feel?
It's a little strange.
Of that I have no doubt. It's a title you'll be wearing for a long time to come, just as Loghain wore his. But it's not so bad, is it? A blight defeated with the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better?
I didn't do it on my own.
I don't think many heroes ever do. I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. I say, let the young have their fame. Not that I've gone without notice. Irving asked me to take over as first enchanter, but I don't wish to go back. Not after all this. Instead, I've decided to travel. Shale has expressed a desire to go to Devinter to look into a way to regain her mortality. And I will join her.
Ah, what about your little problem?
It's true, I don't know how much time I have. Maybe not very long at all. So, I shall see as much of the world as the Maker allows. Perhaps this is a gift in the end. A nudge in the right direction? I doubt we will meet again, my dear. If not, please accept my best wishes.
Aww.
All this talk is tiring. I think it is time for me to sample some of that lovely cider I smelled earlier. Now, where did it go?
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale up here is actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure.
Enjoying yourself already, I see. Does that mean you're staying here?
For now. They may have already branded me a surfacer back home anyhow. I'm getting used to that big sky up there. And I'm thinking I might just look up Felsi again. See where that goes.
I'm glad. I hope you two are happy.
I'll drink to that. And since we're more or less done adventuring for now, I just wanted to say, you're alright for a human.
This isn't goodbye, is it?
You're staying here, right? So I guess we'll see more of each other. I don't come by friends very often. I'm glad to call you one, Warden.
Yeah.
Pickle juice.
It is good to see you again, Kadan. These people, they call you hero. It is a strange word, but I think I understand its meaning. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud.
Did the Kunari celebrate and put on parades?
When a Kunoran Veil is declared, certainly. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness.
Aw. That would be quite a sight.
It is interesting. It can take days for the Ben Hasrath to restore order. There may even be executions. I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you.
That will be a long trip home.
Yes, it will be difficult to travel alone, after so much time spent with companions. It must be said, you found my sword and gave me a chance to restore my honor. I owe you a great debt.
You helped me as well. It's been good, Stan.
It has. That one of the Baz, a foreigner, would become known as Kadan to me. Unthinkable. Yet here it is. Perhaps I shall see you again one day. Until then, may you always find the path you seek. Farewell, Kadan.
Aw.
Where is the cake? I was told there would be cake. The cake is a lie.
Look at this mysterious dog. Just chilling here. Mysterious, mangy dog. That is just at the coronation. I wonder why. Surely it is not a shape-shifting Witch of the Wilds. Surely not.
If I write a tale about all this, I'm leaving out details on the food. They don't even make good food here in the palace.
Go on. I'll make sure I see you before I head back to Highever.
Thank you again, Warden. You are truly a hero.
The crowd is waiting for you outside. We can speak more afterwards if you like.
Are you ready, my lady? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
6 months later. In the months that followed his coronation, Alistair surprised many by studying the art of governance and doing his best to rule the kingdom with a fair and even hand. He proved quite popular with the people, his humor and easy grace winning them over as much as his willingness to sneak out of the castle and mingle in the lower-class taverns on occasion. Good job, Alistair. Adelia married King Alistair in a lavish ceremony 6 months after his coronation, becoming the princess consort of Ferelden. Two toured the nation soon afterwards, and the people were ecstatic to see how the king adored his new bride. News that the Urn of Sacred Ashes had been found in Ferelden did not spread outside of the Chantry until Brother Genetivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of the Darkspawn. A manuscript detailing his research and his experiences with Andraste's cult drew huge interest among scholars throughout Thedas. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of Andraste's ashes had indeed been found. A ripple of excitement spread among the pious people of Thedas, with many undertaking pilgrimages to see the ashes or partake of their healing powers. Following months of effort, the Tower of the Circle of Magi was finally cleansed of the last spirits to slip through the veil. No further abominations were created, and First Enchanter Irving was pleased to declare the circle safe. All that could be saved had been. But the slavers shut down and the alienage the lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. The new king even named the local elder to his personal court, a scandal amongst the humans, but a sign of new hope to the elves. Shiani continued to be an outspoken member of the alienage community, and in time became the new elder. That outspokenness earned her frequent trouble, but served her people well. Arl Eamon remained in Denerim for some time, acting as the counselor and chief advisor for King Alistair. Tegan ruled over Redcliffe in his stead, and surprised to find himself well loved by the villagers, who were still grateful for the nights he spent defending their lives. In time, Eamon abdicated in favor of his brother, an event the locals greeted with approval and enthusiasm. The young woman Caitlin eventually made it to Denerim safely and used the small fortune she received for her father's sword to open a foundry while the city were built. The foundry did well, turning her into a wealthy and respected woman. By chance, she met Tegan again at court, and within months, the two of them married. Aww. It's all worth it. The Elite Elves prospered after the siege at Denerim, having earned much respect for their part in the battle for once human lands welcomed the wandering folk. The new keeper, Lanaya, was respected both amongst the Dalish as well as in the Ferelden court. She was a voice of reason, and other Dalish clans would turn to her to help resolve disputes with human folk. As for the werewolves, now freed of their curse, they remained together and took the surname Wolf in memory of what they once were. They eventually became the most successful animal trainers in Thedas, and each year would gather to light a candle in memory of the lady who had loved them so well. In Oazamar, King Balin quickly proved himself a reformer. Trade with the surface lands increased and caste restrictions were loosened. The casteless were permitted to take arms against the Darkspawn in exchange for new freedoms. For the first time in generations, the line in the Deep Roads was pushed back, and a few taigs were reclaimed. Balin's reforms quickly found him enemies within the warrior and noble caste, however, and after several assassination attempts, the assembly was dissolved. The king then ruled alone, some said as a tyrant, others said as a visionary determined to drag Orzammar into the modern world. Brother Burgle's new chantry in Orzammar drew a surprising number of converts among the dwarves. They quickly attracted a great deal of anger from more conservative quarters, and before long the assemblies severely restricted the Andrastians' rights. Brother Burgle resisted and was slain while being arrested during a peaceful demonstration in the Commons. The assembly claimed this was an accident, but news of the resulting riots reached the chantry on the surface, where the divine even contemplated a new exalted march. Dwarven mage Dagna ultimately completed her studies at the rebuilt Circle Tower. Eventually, she published a comprehensive theory of how lyrium vapors relate to the supply of magic. It gained a great deal of attention. Although the Anvil of the Void was destroyed, rumors about its location crept into Orzammar. Years later, thanks to the defeat of the Darkspawn on the surface, a few determined smiths managed to locate the anvil's remains. They examined the ruins of the anvil and upon returning to Orzammar with their findings, convinced the Shapewrit to attempt to recreate Cerridon's research. A new golem was created, bound with a spirit taken from the Fade. The golem immediately went insane, killing several Shapers before it was destroyed. The research was branded excessively dangerous and sealed away. Whispers of the existence circulated throughout Orzammar, however, and demand among the Smith caste to reopen Cerridon's research refused to abate. Orzammar is awful. Just bad forever. As good as her word, Morrigan disappeared. Once the Archdemon was slain, someone of Morrigan's description was seen traveling alone months later, heading west through the Frostback Mountains, and she may even have been with child. As the Blight lands began to heal and the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt the Order in Amaranthine, they discovered that the fight against the Darkspawn was not yet complete. Although the Horde was routed and had dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many of the more powerful Darkspawn survived the organized roving warbands and preyed both upon the land and upon each other. These warbands spread havoc, and some even journeyed west into Orlais or crossed the Shining Sea by the deep roads. It proved incredibly difficult to wipe out. But there are tales yet to be told. This tale ended when Adelia sank her blade in the Archdemon's head and destroyed it forever. It was not the last that Ferelden would hear of her, however.